Hello, I'm Haley and this is Taya, and welcome to Haley and Taya Represent Supernatural and Start Over and also sometimes talk about other stuff, a podcast.
Also known as HATRUSA. And this week we are talking about Season 3, Episode 15, Time is on My Side. It originally aired on May 8th, 2008, and was written by Sarah Gamble and directed by Charles Beeson. We know Sarah Gamble from all sorts of things, and Charles Beeson did, like, Playthings, Roadkill, Sin City. That's where we're at so far.
Cool. Before we start talking about this episode, there are a spattering of content warnings. We haven't had a laundry list of them in a while, so I guess here we go. Our first one is graphic surgery, but I put surgery in quotes because, like, it's not, like, proper surgery, but there is cutting of a person for organs. So,
and then removal of organs.
Yeah, so graphic surgery, both, not so much in, like, watching it happen, but, yeah, and also noise. So, watch out.
Mm-hmm.
I've also included a content warning for maggots, because I don't like them. Yep. They make me upset. And they are in here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, eye trauma. It is CG, but it's unsettling nonetheless. Abuse and implied child sexual abuse. So, this one's a real doozy.
Uh-huh. And yet, boring.
Yeah. Also, before we start talking about the episode itself, we have some supernatural news yet again. As it never ends.
We're back.
We're back with supernatural news.
So, we can't get a break.
Most recently in the supernatural online sphere, if you will, we have learned that The Winchesters has officially been canceled.
Yeehaw. And I'm pretty sure, like, immediately Jensen was on Twitter trying to get people to, get a bring back the Winchesters thing going or something.
Yeah,
Let me see if I could find it.
He was trying to get a fucking, a whole petition together. He was like, no,
save the Winchesters.
Like, bro.
Not him. He literally quote retweeted Jared saying, so Jared posted, to say I love this cast and crew like they're my own family is an understatement. I've become so deeply invested, not only in the story series is telling, but everyone making it come to life. Help these kinfolk of mine. Let's fucking go. Hashtag Save Walker Independence, which is his show.
Help.
And then Jensen quote retweeted that and said, for all those pushing to help, we do greatly appreciate you. Hashtag Save Walker Independence. Hashtag Renew Gotham Knights. And of course, hashtag Save the Winchesters. Because I think he tweeted so many Save the Winchesters. I think maybe Gotham is also, I don't know if it's been chopped or is on the chopping block, but that one is, that's Misha's show. Misha's on Gotham Knights. Mm-hmm. And he has been for a while.
I for one, don't understand why the Winchesters needs to be renewed, because we know what happened now.
Yeah, I don't understand what a season 2 would have done.
Did you find out what happened?
Haley, I knew before you told me. One of my friends accidentally
told me. So you mean all of that was for fucking nothing?
Yeah.
You knew that whole time.
Yeah.
You played me. Did you know? Oh my god.
Uh-huh. I am, so I don't have confirmation of this, although I guess I could check right now. Because I don't think the Winchesters did good regardless. But I am curious if it is, again, it might not, but I wonder if some aspect of this could be because of the writer's strike. And
yeah,
I should say now, I don't care if shows get canceled because of the writer's strike. I want to make that very clear. It's not just that I don't like the Winchesters. Even if it was a show I really enjoyed, if they're not going to pay writers appropriately, I'm okay with a show I enjoy and love being canceled. That's where I'm at. But I am curious if that was a reason why it got canceled. It wasn't doing good, and now they're dealing with a writer's strike. I'm curious if the combination of those two things is a reason, but I also am not sure if the CW is super affected because it's mostly streaming, and I don't know where the CW shows go at the moment.
Fair.
And it also looks like Gotham Knight, they had to choose to renew Superman and Lois or Gotham Knights, and they don't know.
What if we just stop making superhero shows? That's my hot take.
Maybe. It's funny because this is like Superman and Lois has a bigger audience, but Gotham Knight, blah, 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 is cheaper to produce and although it has a much stupider premise. I have never heard of Lois and Superman and Lois until this exact moment in time. And I'm not sure.
Agree.
I'm not sure if that's because I still follow people who follow Misha.
I have no idea.
But I don't. I've heard of Gotham Knights. I have no idea what the fuck Superman and Lois is. But anyway, the Winchesters got canceled. We're officially done with this section of Supernatural for hopefully a while. I'm really hoping there's like a good period of time, because there was that Wayward Sisters thing that didn't get picked up, and people keep pushing to get picked up.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's going to. Yeah, it was like a spin-off about
I remember.
female characters, and I
just didn't know people were still pushing for it to get picked up,
especially after the Winchesters got greenlit.
Like, that was so long ago.
People did not stop. They were hoping if there was a Supernatural spin-off, it would be that. But that
if there's
will
any
be the
fucking
second
Supernatural spin-off, I just want it to be Ghostfacers.
Well, they already did that.
No, but like I want it full. Like I want it full.
All right. Because they tried that weird vampire werewolf thing, which we'll get to that episode eventually. It's a really weird one, and that pilot flopped. I don't think the pilot itself got picked up. And then the Winchesters, I don't think did good. I don't think it did good. So I suspect that for a hot second, we're probably not going to see anything Supernatural related.
I'd be okay
and then
with that.
possibly in a couple of years we will. Because they're getting a lot faster with reboots. If you saw, there's like a Twilight one in the works at
That's
HBO
insane.
or Max or whatever. Don't watch it, guys. Like, as someone who enjoys talking about Twilight, like, it's not. You can't fix this story in a way that isn't, like, in some level harmful without not making it Twilight, so just don't bother. Just, like, but the thing is, the last movie in that series, didn't it come out in, like, 2015?
Yeah.
Breaking Dawn
Correct.
Part 2. Oh, sorry, it was
Maybe
2012.
2014.
I was way off. No, it was 2012.
Whoa.
But that's still only 11 years ago. We don't need to be remaking things that are barely a decade old.
Correct.
Right? So, but I suspect because reboots have been speeding up, because at one point Supernatural was like the biggest show, we'll probably see some kind of other reboots. Hopefully, Haley and I will be fucking done with the show before then. That's the ideal.
And hopefully,
the ideal is we've
it'll be
completed it
our
before
reboot.
they bring anything back.
It'll be our reboot, guys. We'll be the fucking head writers
Anyway.
on it. Anyway,
imagine that would be nuts.
That'd be
Let's manifest that.
I agree. Also, here's some non-Supernatural related news. I have graduated from college. Very exciting for me.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. Everybody clap for Haley. She broke her back for that shit. Anyway, let's actually talk about the episode now. So, I know. Today's episode, for a fucking penultimate is the correct word, right? For episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the penultimate episode of season 3, this one
sucks.
It flopped. It flubbed. It sucked. My summary is not great, but I don't care. So let's go.
It's not good enough to care.
Exactly. A plastic surgeon and his doctor buddy leave work, and one of them is attacked. He goes back into the hospital, and a nurse asks what happened, and he lets go of himself, and his organs fall out. Oops. Sam and Dean are exorcising a demon. Sam and Dean go to investigate because Sam hears about this zombie-like shit happening, and Dean's like, you know what, let's go zombie hunting. They do. Sam wants to learn about immortality to save Dean, but Dean wants to find Bela in the cult. Both of them are trying to save Dean, but in different ways. They split up. Sam finds the doctor guy, who has been killing people for their organs and stuff to replace his own. Dean, on the other hand, finds Bela, who lies and says that she sold the cult, but Dean knows better and is like, no, you didn't. Takes it from her, ? I don't remember. And also, she's like, we're not the same. And he's like, I know we're not. I would never kill my parents. And that's our reveal that. Oh, also, we meet Rufus in this episode.
Yeah, he's the one who tells us where Bella is.
Yeah. Anyway. Sam gets abducted by the doctor because he wants his eyes. The doctor wants Sam's beautiful little eyes. Dean saves him. Him being Sam. Dean saves Sam. But they can't kill the doctor because he's immortal. So they put him in an old fridge and chain it shut and bury it. And then Bella goes to the brothers' motel room because she took a receipt out of Dean's pocket, and she tries to assassinate them, but there's sex dolls in the beds instead of them. And then Dean calls the motel phone and is like, I know you're there. I know how you got there. I felt your hand in my pocket. I also know what you're running from because there was what's the name of the plant? Devil's shoelaces.
Devil's shoestring.
Yeah.
Devil's shoestring.
Devil's shoestring on top of your door, which when we were watching it, I was like, why does it keep fucking cutting to that goddamn plant on top of her door? Like, it's really weird. They're not talking about it. And then so they did set that up nicely. I'm just too impatient for that. And Dean calls and is like, I know what you're running from. I know what happened. There are hellhounds after you because you sold your soul when you were 14. You didn't kill your parents. You sold your soul for them to die. And then Bella dies off screen and the episode ends.
Yeah, so she took the Colt and bargained with the demon to try to, save herself. But it doesn't work, and it's revealed later on that it was Crowley Crowley?
Oh, shit, it's Crowley.
Crowley.
We go over this
Good Omens
every time.
Yes, I know, I'm sorry, but, Good Omens is just, better.
Also, season 2's coming out soon.
I'm so excited. I was just thinking about how I have to both rewatch it and re-listen to that book, because guys, if you haven't read Good Omens, it's a lot of fun. It's a good book.
Good to know. Yeah, so that's my summary. Taya filled in nicely. Also, Bobby was in this episode.
For 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds, but it was nice to see him. It always is.
It was nice to know he's still around.
Yeah. But yeah, this episode, lame. I'll go into it in my notes. Our death count for this episode is 4. Unless you're counting Bella's parents, which happened in the past and is only mentioned, then it would be 6. Surprisingly, not as much as I would have imagined for this episode, but it's fine. Okay. Are you ready for my notes? There's only a good spattering of them.
Yes.
Okay. My first note today is plastic surgeons are a scourge on the world.
Yeah,
I just felt like that needed to be shared. Obviously, there is some... Cosmetic plastic surgeons are largely a scourge. You can come after me for that one, but you being the audience, go ahead. I'm ready. Anyway,
do it. Create controversy around our podcast.
Do it. Go ahead. Fucking come for me. Then I have literally, if I was a nurse and someone and some guy stumbled into my hospital and I asked him to show me what happened and then his organs fell out in front of me, I would also scream like that too. Because the nurse in the beginning, when he moves his hands and his organs fall out, she's like, ah, 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 and I was like, girl, me too, realistic. I then have a quote from Dean. He said, hot zombie action, and I said, me too, Dean. I'm unsure what he meant by hot zombie action. I didn't know. I'm still unsure if he meant in a sexy way or just in a hot action, genuine kill zombie action way. I'm not sure. However, I agree. Then I have that I think more people should kindly ask the Winchesters to go away when they go to the coroner.
Morgue?
Yeah, when they go
coroner.
to the morgue and the coroner, the coroner actually asks to see their badges, and they're like, oh yeah, here. And then he's like, okay, so not only are you so you're cops, but you're stupid. And then Dean is like, no, we're smart. And then the Coroner totally tells them off, and then it's like, can you please leave? And Dean and Sam are just like, yeah, sorry. They leave.
Yeah, they're just like, I guess we leave now.
Yeah, and I think that should happen more often, honestly.
People should just tell them to fuck off more. I think it'd be a better television show if people were like, hey, fuck off.
Yeah, and I just love the idea of this guy being like, I'm doing my job correctly, you guys fuck off. Like, so true.
He was like, cops, I don't want to deal with them.
Right. Then I have New Hampshire, nice Haley reference. Followed by Alchemy, nice Full Metal Alchemist reference. Then
yeah, we love Full Metal Alchemist.
We love Full Metal Alchemist. We love New Hampshire. We hate Supernatural. Anyway.
Yeah.
Then I have, this is my one big compliment for this episode, and it's, so there's, one of the guys that the Doc, what's his name? Benson?
Fuck if I know.
It's Benton. Doc Benton, one of the guys that he kidnaps to kill, is this, like, athletic runner guy, and when you first meet him, he's, like, checking his heartbeat on his little watch, and, like, you're like, oh, so he's athletic and, like, in good shape, so of course the Doc would want to take his heart, because it's alluded that the heart would be the next thing to be taken, too.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's running, his little heart monitor's beeping and going off, so it sets it up like, oh, okay, so this is going to be something that continues. So then when he, like, wakes up from being knocked out, which he gets knocked out while he's tying his fucking shoelace. So, like, don't tie your shoelace if you're running in the middle of the night, guys. Or else you'll be...
It wasn't even the middle of the night. I think it was just the day and, like...
No, it was dark.
Dark.
It was nighttime.
Like, Supernatural's always dark, which is why I assumed it was still day.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was nighttime. But either way, don't stop to tie your shoelace unless you have a buddy with you, or else you'll get chloroformed by a zombie doctor. So just jot that one down, okay? Be on the lookout for zombie doctors near you. And so my good note is that I loved the heartbeat watch going that entire time. It was very fun. I don't know the name of it.
It was good for suspense and tension.
Yeah,
like,
because like
hearing a heartbeat in a scene really does add a lot of tension to it. It's why you always see it in doctor shows,
right?
Because it's
so
good.
Like it had it
yeah.
going like when he was running, because it's his heart beating fast because he's running, and then when he starts waking up, it's going slowly. But then once he started like realizing what was going on, it started beating really fast. And then when he died, it flatlined, which isn't realistic at all because it's a fucking heart monitor. Like it's not a heart monitor; it's just like a BPM thing. It's like it. Realistically, I know it wouldn't have been beeping in real life, but it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
My next note is Bobby? No way. Followed by us watching the penultimate episode of season 3, and I'm crocheting and Taya is looking at recipes. I feel like that really sums up our season 3 watching experience.
Yeah, there was like a big like dramatic moment and like where Sam finds like a woman who's strapped to a table, and I was just like reading the recipe book out loud to Haley, and Haley's like reacting violently, and I was like, ooh, there's drinks.
Yeah, it was really good.
Like,
listen to the reaction episode to hear Taya talking about the recipes that are in the official Supernatural cookbook.
And let us know if you'd like us to do like a YouTube video of us trying some of them.
Because we would like that so bad.
Some of them actually look okay. Or good. Some of them are just like, that's just a pancake recipe.
Dinner is or whatever.
One of them is literally like the Winchester's something, and I was like, what is that?
It's like it was like the Winchester's secret recipe or mystery recipe. It was or something like fucking weird like that. And I was like, that's crazy. Anyway, then I have Not the Maggots. No, very bad, very bad. The doctor guy, he's very old-fashioned. I can't remember what time period they said he's from because I didn't care enough to pay attention, but I think it was the 1800s. So like,
yeah, that sounds about right.
If not just the early 1900s. So he, like, the stitches he uses are made of silk, and, like, he uses maggots to keep the wounds clean because, like, at the time, that was medical practice, and that was, like, healthy medical practice because it's gross. I don't like to think about it. But, yeah, so there was maggots, and maggots, if you know me, is one of my big things that I don't like at all. I really don't enjoy it. I really don't.
I'm so
if
sorry.
you remember the episode Bugs, and my harsh reaction to those. Yeah. But you know what? It's fine. I lived, bitch. Gonna be real is my next note. It starts with gonna be real. I remember the doctor guy being in this episode a lot more. Because
which is I remember this theme for supernatural characters.
It really is. Like, I remembered this episode because I remembered the concept of, like, I remembered the scene where Sam is strapped down and his eyes are almost scooped. But like, I remember it because I was like, wow, cool concept. Like, this guy who's just been fucking living for who knows how long because he just keeps stealing people's body parts, and like for some fucking reason he hasn't been caught yet. And it's just kind of eerie because like he's this scary old stitched up guy because he's literally made of people. It's like a Frankenstein's creature, but he did it to himself. I remember it being a much bigger part of the plot. I don't remember Bela being in this episode at all. I sure as hell don't remember this being the episode where Bela fucking dies. Like, holy
I also
shit.
didn't, because I thought it happened in a different one.
So, yeah, bad episode. Dean pressing Bela against the wall was kind of hot, but then we immediately get some Bela backstory where we learned that maybe that was not the best course of action for this particular scene, because we then learn that Bella's parents were killed possibly by her when she was 14, which obviously, as I went over in this summary, we know that that didn't happen. But Dean is like, you killed your parents when you were 14, and it shows a little flashback of Bela being like implied to have been sexually abused by her father. So like maybe having Dean pressing her against the wall isn't the best thing to show immediately after that.
Yeah, it was that specific edit, that combination of cuts that just didn't feel good. And to me, it was just like a signal of like the larger problem with Bella's backstory, which supposedly we'll hear more about next episode, where we basically get like 30 seconds total of her backstory, and that's pushing it.
It's not even that we hear the rest of her backstory; we hear the details of her deal. So like,
you're right.
We don't know that we're gonna hear her backstory.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a very like sensitive and extreme topic to just throw in and then not explore in any meaningful way. And
also, it's Bela who, I think, to this point has just been used like as a sex object because she's a woman in Supernatural.
she's a sex object, and she steals stuff. That's like, we don't know her as a character, which has been frustrating for a lot of people who watched this season. They didn't like her. There wasn't enough going on with her. They didn't do anything with her. And then to have this backstory dropped, and then she immediately dies in what we will later see, or I think even know. I think we knew before this that death by hellhounds is like really brutal. It's really brutal. And there's something very, like, to me anyway, and this is a dark show. Like, I'm not saying this show needs to be, like, light and fluffy and goofy and everything. But there's something very, like, upsetting and hopeless about an abuse and implied sexual abuse victim. The only way she's able to get out is to sell her soul and then get brutally murdered.
Yeah. I mean, like, I understand, great. Like, here's the thing, is that, like, from a nuanced point, like, I understand that the point that they're making is that she was a 14-year-old and she was in a really desperate place at the time and she was preyed on by a demon.
Of course.
But the writing is not good enough for, the writing is not good enough for, unless you are putting thought into this, as we are, the writing is not fucking good enough for you to be like, oh, wow, that's the point that they're trying to make.
Yeah, and, like, looking at her page, she's going to be mentioned in the next episode, and then she will not be mentioned again until a season 5 episode, and then she's in the flashback in, like, one of the last episodes of the show. So this is not a character that, like, you could do something here, because we're going to continue to see demons more and more. You could do something here where, like, demons are taking place, they're demons. Okay, that obviously they aren't doing good things, right. But demons taking advantage of people in, like, really bad situations. Bela could be someone that they reference as, this is a person who is already being abused, who is also then manipulated.
Also,
but, like,
we know
she's not.
granted, we don't... At this point, we don't know if Ruby is telling the truth or not about the fact that all people who die from their souls being sold and going to hell become demons. We don't know that that's true. However, can you imagine if they, like, brought Bela back as a demon? That would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, it says the status says her soul exists in hell. Like, I don't know, it's just, like, the Bela storyline is just so, they just dropped the ball so hard, and with so few episodes, like, this is such, in one way, it makes sense. This is an episode about immortality, and both Bela and Dean are trying to figure out a way to survive, like, a death sentence. So thematically it makes sense, but considering the fact that we've seen, like, almost nothing about Bela, like, she's not super fleshed out. Like, she's more fleshed out than some, but, like, not really. Like, we just kind of see her scared. We don't know much about her.
I also just remembered a really, really important part of this episode that I totally fucking skimmed over.
What?
So, one of the big reasons that Dean doesn't want to go forward with this immortality shit is because he sees Doc Benton as a monster. He is not a man, he is a full fucking monster, and he doesn't want to be a full monster. And we sort of see Sam's reaction to that a couple times, but, like, it never fucking goes into it. But, like, HATRUSA rewrite, like, the fact of the matter is that Sam is, like, giving the show more than it fucking deserves right now, but that probably is something for Sam to hear and be like, oh, well, I was brought back from hell, like, and also I have demon blood in me, so, like, what am I, you know?
Yeah.
And they don't touch on that at all in this episode, but, like, I think we're supposed to get it from his lingering gazes, but you really don't unless you're me and you're insane.
Yeah. It's just, like, I don't know. They just really, like, this season is not good in a way that, like, is in part largely because of the writer's strike. But, like, this I believe is at the point, this episode was written by Sarah Gamble, who was striking. So she came back in time for this episode, and I think maybe Ghostfacers was the last one of the strike. But it's just, like, I know they couldn't go back and fix the other episodes. I know that. I understand that. But we're looking at it from, like, a retrospective. This season does almost nothing for the show, which makes Bela just... It sucks that she's a throwaway character. She didn't have to be, but she ends up a character who ultimately doesn't matter to this story at all. Like, even as, like, a parallel to Dean, she's not important. We don't need her. And that's really, like, not awesome, especially as a character who is, like, so abused.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it, frankly. Like, I do. We've talked about it, we'll talk about it, but it's, like, there's a few things in Supernatural where we're like, well, here's the tweaks you could make. Unfortunately for Bela, it's, like, an overhaul of the season.
Yeah. Yep. So, back to my notes. I'm almost done. And I don't think that there's many that... Well, I think we already went over them. Okay. My next one is Abby, because that's Bella's real name is Abby, which, I don't know, I just thought it was funny for some reason. Then I have literally fuck the eyeball scooping, because fuck the eyeball scooping, I hated that. And then I have my favorite line from today's episode, which is, what part about immortality don't you understand? Because that was a baller line. I liked it. It was after Dean, like, shoots him 3 times, like, through the heart. But the Doc Benton just goes, what part about immortality don't you understand? And I was like, damn, that's a good line.
Shame it's in Supernatural.
Shame it's in Supernatural. Then I have nice lock the immortal being in a box and bury it / throw it in the sea / lock it away forever trope. Because, holy shit. While we were talking about it in the episode, Taya pointed out that it's just like the episode with Joe when they bury that guy in cement. Like, it's like, well, we can't kill this thing. Let's just make sure it never comes out. Which is fair, but also is a huge trope in media with immortal beings.
Yeah, it's fair. It just, for Supernatural specifically, it always bugs me because it's like, you guys didn't solve shit.
Right.
And I understand that, like, it makes sense that they can't solve everything, but, like, for some reason it always bothers me. I'm like, you guys didn't fix it.
Right. And, like, yeah. And with this one, it was funny to, like, see him fucking locked in a fridge. Like, what is this, Homestuck? Sorry. Anyway, this is, yeah, it's a trope that's been done and done again, and it will probably be done forever and ever and ever. Like,
it's probably been done better.
Right. Like, it was in an episode of iZombie once, which, like I said in the reactions, is obviously after this episode came out, but it was done. It was done in fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with Dio. Like, it is a trope that it's tried and true with immortal beings. Because if you can't kill him, lock him away so he can't see the light of day. Like, shit, man, you know? Anyway, my final note is, and this is the one that I think we've kind of touched on already, but I wrote it down anyway. Bela's death, I think, was easily one of the worst handled and most anticlimactic in the entire series. I will die on that hill. Like,
yeah, no, it's not.
She's also
it's
just
off
like
screen. I thought there was like a cut to black and a scream. We don't even get that.
No, we don't even get that. We get like a doggy growl, and then it cuts to black. Like,
yep. Her
death was anticlimactic and handled terribly. Her entire character was handled terribly. Bella, girl, you deserved better. Especially, they had fucking Lauren Cohen playing? Like, oh my god. Lauren Cohen rocks.
And they did
hot.
this.
And they did this.
So, yeah, it's not awesome.
We could have had everything.
We could have had not even everything. We could have had something. It felt like
we could have had something.
I think one of the reasons we don't like this season, and I talked about this a little in the reaction, is because it's taken us a long time to get through 16 episodes. Most of the time our weird little hiatuses are like between seasons. Mm-hmm. But I think one of the things is the reason that it didn't occur to me when I was first watching the show, and like the one time I rewatched it, that this season was so bad and draggy, is because like 16 episodes, that's like, if you're a middle schooler binging on Netflix, that's like a long weekend, you know?
Right.
But when you're going through it week by week and looking at each episode, or sometimes
that's
more
one
than
day
1
if
week,
you're crazy enough.
Like, yeah, true. But like, it's when you like watch it in real time, or even remotely close to real time, it's just like so overwhelmingly like, this episode doesn't matter. This plot line doesn't follow through the way it should. This, like,
right.
When you're just watching it, like I said before, this can be condensed into an episode. The things that are important. The Winchesters lose the Colt, and Dean dies. That's it.
Right. Like, can you imagine watching this episode, watching this season on a weekly basis, but like, we literally fucking basically did, so.
We just did that.
Yeah, but like, imagine not knowing what happens next and just being like, okay, so something plot relevant's gonna happen next, and then fucking nothing plot relevant happens next.
Nothing.
Ugh, annoying.
It's maddening.
So that's my notes.
Mm-hmm. So, for lore library, I only have 2 things, and they're both pretty quick. Devil's Shoestring, it is a thing. It, I saw in a few sites mentioned, as a part of particularly hoodoo, from this hoodooMagicSpells.com, which I don't know how accurate this is to anything, but like a few sites said something similar, where like the devil's shoestring was used to keep away the devil, or any sort of attacks against you.
Okay.
And it's supposed to bring it's supposed to like trip the devil, because it like gets tangled really easily, and you can put it above a doorway to protect your home. And it's according to this site, according to Catherine Yarnwood, in Hoodoo, Herb, and Magic Root, African slaves learned of and adopted the use of devil's shoestring from Native Americans. Yeah, like it seems to be a thing. The other thing is they use chloroform a lot in this episode, and don't quote me, I'm not a science person, but I've looked into chloroform before, and it's pretty inaccurate to like use it to actually knock people out, because it evaporates so fast. So you would have to use so much to douse like a rag, and you would have to move pretty quickly. And on top of that, you would need about 5 minutes of inhalation of the chloroform to, like, actually knock someone out. So typically, if used, it's used in addition to another drug or something. A lot of times it's alcohol or, I think it's a diazepam. And then the main thing for that was if Dean were to dip a blade in chloroform, wait, and then stab someone, while it does seem to be more effective if, like, actually ingested, I think it probably would have evaporated. So it wouldn't have worked. However, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because in media, chloroform just works like that. It doesn't in real life, but it does in media, so that's fine, whatever. I just thought I'd put it out there because I was like, that wouldn't... No.
Right.
You know, I don't actually know how that would work. Like, if you just stab someone with, like, a bit of chloroform, like, he's not injecting it into him. It's just, like, whatever's left on the blade. It worked in the show, and I'll let it happen because it's already some immortal guy, like, hanging around from the 1800s. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I feel like also, I mean, giving the show more benefit of the doubt than it deserves. He is this old, decrepit guy. Did you just say this, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Like,
sorry,
whatever.
My brain stopped working.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Let's bounce into our... Oh, wait. Bechdel test, Taya?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Well? We know who the demon is. Demons don't technically have a gender. Do they? Does this show give demons gender?
I don't remember.
Or is it just whatever vessel they're inhabiting?
I think it's whatever vessel they're inhabiting.
You could make an argument in this one since we, in hindsight, know Bela's deal was with Crowley. Hypothetically, we know that character's name. So, does she actually say anything in that scene, though? Or does she just look at the demon?
I don't even remember that scene, Taya, so...
It's at the very end when she's sitting on the swing set.
Oh! Yeah, she talks to the demon.
It's like 3
Oh, wait, no!
words.
No, she doesn't say anything back to the demon. The demon says something to her, and then we go to the present.
Yeah, so, like, there's, like, the impression that the Bechdel test was passed. Is that anything? It's more than we've had for a lot of episodes, so...
Right. It is implicit.
So...
But yeah, cool. So... Now my stuff.
Yes.
Our stuff. Put my stuff first. My one thing. So today, I bring to you for crack shipping. Are you ready for this? Sit down.
Okay.
Bela and Doc Benton. Thanks.
What?
It's crack shipping.
You're right, it is.
Yeah, so.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Anyway, this episode is brought to you by absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, nothing, again.
Would you like to share your favorite Wikipedia thing?
My favorite thing on the wiki is this picture above Bella's failed attempt at assassinating the Winchesters. It's just a picture of a sex doll that's shot with a gun.
That is a pretty good one. Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is under trivia. It is Dean references The Walking Dead in this episode. I like that because, yeah, I fucking guess he does. He says zombies, The Walking Dead, which I guess, yeah, is a Walking Dead reference, but also it's just saying, like, The Walking Dead, like...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought that was just, like, something people sometimes said about, like, revived beings.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I really like that because there was no explicit reference to The Walking Dead, the series.
Just, like, he just said the phrase, The Walking Dead.
Unless I'm completely wrong, and The Walking Dead the phrase was originated with The Walking Dead, the series, but I don't think... Is it?
I don't think it is.
Oh, I thought you said I think it is. I also don't think it is. So, yeah, I don't think that it was alluded to it at all, which is a fucking shame because when did The Walking Dead come out?
How would I know? I never watched.
Fuck, I should have done that. Hold on. Let me put down my crochet. 1 second. Okay, so the TV series started in 2010, but the comic book series started in 2003. So, okay, yeah. So I was gonna say, like, it would be fun if they had done something to allude to The Walking Dead, because Lara Cohen is in The Walking Dead, but at that point, no, she wasn't, because the show didn't exist. But also, that's my favorite thing on the wiki page, because, I like The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah. Would you like to know my rating?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I didn't really know what to rate it today, but I gave it 3 facial stitches out of 10. I didn't like this episode, but, like, it wasn't the worst, and also, like, the guy was impressionable enough for me to have remembered him. So...
Opposite of me. I didn't remember it at all. Haley was like, yeah, I know this guy, and I was like, I don't know what this episode's about.
That's my rating. What does IMDb say?
Okay, so on IMDb, this episode has a rating of 8.4 out of 10. And pretty much all of the things are positive in here. Even the 8 out of 10 said it was pretty good. Just like, not the best. The 7 out of 10, which is the Loa, is from Shweta Fab M, who we've seen before, who didn't like the Monster of the Week. Because it's just, like, science. But I guess that's a fair enough plot twist for this show where it's, like, all magic and stuff. Like, for it to be like, well, actually, the secret to immortality is just, like, replacing organs as they fail. Like, fair enough. But there's not much to say.
No. There never is.
I wish there fucking was, considering we have a podcast.
I know. But you know what? Hopefully that's gonna pick up. Hopefully that's gonna pick up soon.
It better.
She says, hopefully. But for right now...
talk now?
Yeah.
Alright. So, thank you so much for watching. Watching. There's no video element to this.
That would be terrible.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We are so close to being done with this season, so thank you for, like, sitting through it with us. We are HATRUSA everywhere. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Tumblr and Instagram. I don't know what we should figure out what to post on Instagram. We have a Ko-fi or a Ko-fi or however the fuck people say it, because I keep seeing different conflicting pronunciations. Tell your friends. We are totally fine just being some, white noise in the background as you do other shit. We don't care. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good to me. Hey, Taya, I have a question.
Hey, Haley.
Can you believe we're almost fucking there?
No.
I know. This season has felt like nothing. But...
It has been 52 years. Like, literally.
Yeah. But you know what? Next week, we join you you join us for the final episode of Season 3, No Rest for the Wicked.
Thank God.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side.